Hey, this is Landon, and you're listening to episode 29, take 2 of the Bachelor podcast.
Welcome to the Bachelor podcast, a show about everything but nothing at the same time. Two guys that took jobs away from their families and living the Bachelor lifestyle.
Hey, Dwayne, how you doing?
Oh, it'd be better if we weren't recording this twice.
Well, sometimes you get free stuff and it doesn't work out, and there is all kinds of static on there, so I don't really know why. But our free little mics that we won from just entering in the competition was a no-go. So,
and you didn't want to have a backup.
I don't recall this not wanting to have a backup, but if you say so, we'll just agree that you're wrong. So,
everybody that's a true listener will understand that I am right, and you failed them.
I did not fail them, and it has been, 3 weeks, 2 weeks almost, probably, since we put out our last episode. I know a few people have been asking. Our number one fan that I work with every day, he was asking about it. So
yeah, life changes. I mean, I'm doing something different. Your family, your household is going through a major change right now. So
yeah, it's definitely been an interesting. Essentially, we've been homeless for 3 weeks now. Going on third. This is the third week. I say we being homeless. I've stayed there at the hotel. But, yeah, we checked them in.
So do we need to change it to the Nomad podcast?
the Nomad podcast. But, yeah, it's the wife, she's a little pretentious, such as myself. So she didn't like the area, the hotel that she was staying in. So we doubled the price. So she's a lot happier now. But I think the kids are ready to get into the house. So I think they're tired of that hotel living. It's nice at first, and then it gets old. But
yeah.
Speaking of living, and well, of course, I'm buying a house. Hopefully by Friday, I should have a house. We'll see. But the would you rather that I came up with is, would you rather live in the city or the country? I came up with this because, of course, we were kind of bouncing places to live, and we even looked at building at one point in time. But I was wondering what your interest was in living.
Oh, mine definitely is country with some land.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, I mean, each one has their own pros and cons, of course. It is nice, especially like your kids playing sports and stuff like that. You're constantly having to travel. So I would say that, and that's the main reason why we're moving to where we are, because we live in a smaller town. So most of our activities are either in Columbia or Jeff City. So we decided, why not move to Jeff City? And hopefully we won't be up all hours of the night waiting to get home. Not that it's that much closer, but it gets tiring.
Yeah, I don't know. Most of what my daughter does now is outside of Moberly anyway. So
yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. But
no, it doesn't matter to us.
Now, my wife.
But right now with the kids and where they're at with school and stuff, I mean, we're pretty much here where we're going to be for a while until the kids get older. And that's why we're doing a kitchen renovation. So all of our cooking and everything's done right now is either on a barbecue grill or a gas, one burner. And we're about to be without water in the kitchen, so things are going to get real serious here shortly.
Good thing camper life has taught you well without water. Now, I don't know about the rest of your family. But
well, so, yeah, I'm good with it, and I'm trying to teach them, and they're like, no, you're crazy, Dad. And I'm like, no, this is the way it's going to be. There's no way around it. And they're like, this is how you live when you're geo-batching it? I'm like, in the wintertime, this is how I live when I geo-batch it.
Yeah. It's definitely interesting. I'm glad that we have water now. And the family came down this last weekend and went fishing. But I know that our fishing trip got, well, I called it off to an extent because the weather was going to be horrible. Turns out the weather
Yeah.
was perfect.
Yeah. So the, we decided to call off the fishing trip, and we're both going to the same softball tournament. And we're looking at each other like, the weather's awesome. Why are we sitting at the softball field?
Yeah, it was definitely interesting. Like I was like, man, should have went because I went Saturday and it was well, it said 31 degrees when I left the camper, and the kids weren't having it at all. The wife was cold. My mom was pretty content with fishing down there, but the kids, yeah, they're like we're cold, so we decided to go to the lake and do some shopping. So and then
Well,
Saturday, I'm sorry, what?
did you catch any fish at all?
Oh yeah, I caught my limit Saturday morning, and then we didn't go fishing at all. The wife wanted to sleep in, so on Sunday, and then this morning I went fishing and caught a few. Well, I caught more than a few, but I only kept two. Um, just I don't know. After I caught those first two good sized ones, I didn't really catch anything worth filleting. So
Well, let me tell you about my fishing trip. So that Sunday, we got some snow in Missouri, so it's late April, and I got asked to go on a. It's called snagging, and for folks that aren't from Missouri or don't have, or maybe Oklahoma, I think they do some snagging out there. What you're doing is you're snagging for spoonbill, and it's just like it sounds. You put a big line in the water with a big hook and a big sinker, and you drag the bottom of the river and you pull on the fishing line and hope you snag something. I mean, that's literally what it is. And my dad, he will be 65 in July. His best friend, my father-in-law, who's going on 60, and then his best friend. So they asked me to go with them. They've done this 2 years in a row now. This will be the third. And they've paid a guide the last 2 years and haven't caught anything. So this year they decided to take their own boat, buy their own gear, and do it themselves. I've never been once. And I deemed this fishing trip fishing with grumpier old men, kind of like the movie.
yeah, I remember Walter Matthau on the Jack Lemmon.
Yeah. So if you know that movie, that's who I went fishing with. That, and they can put probably most fraternity guys to shame with the amount of alcohol that they can put down. Yeah. But we get out there, and I watched a few videos just to try to familiarize myself and figured out how to rig up my fishing pole, and I was the first one to get a fish on. And we're reeling it in, and get it to the boat, and the dude, they couldn't get it gaffed quick enough, so it got away. And I'm pretty upset, but they're all stoked because they went the last 2 years and didn't even see a fish. And then it wasn't 30 minutes later, I had a fish on in the boat, and they're ecstatic. And I'm like, so this must be beginner's luck because you guys have been 2 years in a row and not even snagged a fish. We call it a night with one fish, and then the next morning we go out. I catch the first one, and finally one of the other guys that's there catches another fish. Thank goodness. But so they're still without fish, and I got two fish in the freezer right now. And well, we actually ate some this evening, but it was a pretty cool experience. I didn't think I'd like it, but it was definitely fun.
Yeah, I've actually never went. I know my mom, she's been snagging a few times, and I actually think she's got two spoonbill that in the freezer right now that she just got not too long ago, probably a week or two ago. But I don't know if she actually caught them, but I don't know. We have two spoonbill, so
I don't know. I'm already ready to go again.
it's actually not a bad fish to eat. I mean, compared to
No, it's real meaty,
yeah.
real thick. I'm gonna actually try to smoke a piece and make some tacos with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah, we were gonna go out Saturday night to our old stomping grounds, Boattown Brewing, and then I started looking. They had some music playing, and I realized that the fried shows are no longer there.
Oh no.
And I got sad because they opened up a pizza oven, so they serve pizza and barbecue. I, it was really the down part of my weekend. I was so stoked about fried shows, and I really think that's the reason why I went in the first place. And I'm like, well, no fried shows. I guess I'm not
Well,
gonna go.
I definitely need to make a Boattown Brewery trip. It's been a little bit since I've been there.
Well, we could have had one if you decided not to wimp out of our fishing trip because of weather. So,
Oh, shut up. Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes of the episode, though.
I'm pretty sure that's my line, but go ahead.
So I was thinking about this because some of the podcasts I listen to, like a few of them, they always talk about big shows that are out or big thing that was going on. And when this hit me, it was the opening, I guess, day of Game of Thrones.
Yep.
And it's one of the most watched series out there. It's a lot of money's put into it. And I'm not bragging about it, because a lot of people are like, ooh,
You're too
you
cool to
don't
watch
watch it, so you're making a big deal of it. No, I want to watch it. I think it's on something like
It's HBO.
HBO, which I don't have, so
Yeah.
I can't watch it. But so I got, what is the big shows or series that you've never seen or finished watching? Mine, right now is Game of Thrones. Never seen it, not one episode.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go a little old school. Seinfeld. Seinfeld might have been playing in the background, but I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Seinfeld
Really?
or ever finished it.
So, you know how a lot of folks watch like Friends or The
Yeah.
Office or something like that's on. So it's out there. You can actually watch it, I believe, on Hulu. But I don't know if it carries over.
Probably not as much.
Friends.
I know Friends carries over a little bit more, but and Seinfeld's a little bit older than Friends, but I don't think I'd like it. I
love it.
Uh,
I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It is a good show. And I didn't watch it when it was going on. I didn't start watching it till it was off the air. Now, I had some college roommates. I guess it was on Thursday nights or maybe it was Tuesday nights. I don't remember. But they made a point. They stopped whatever the hell they were doing to go watch Seinfeld. But it's good. I like it. It carries over for me, but as you like to point out, I am older.
You are older than me. But
my next one, and we'll have one follower cuss me when I say this. I still haven't finished watching Sons of Anarchy.
that's I just don't understand that. I don't know how you can stop watching it.
We left for a big adventure.
Yeah.
And I never carried. And once I was gone, I never continued watching.
It's definitely one of my top favorites. I pulled up a whole list of top TV shows so that way I kind of knew what I was looking at, and I'm like, I've watched a lot of these. So and I'm just going to group a whole bunch in categories like the
you can't, if you finished watching them, they don't work for you.
No, I'm just going through the list. I Googled like top TV shows of all time. So that way I had like, oh, I've seen that. Oh, I haven't seen that. So the next one is The Simpsons. And I'm going to group this into all type of cartoons like that. I cannot get into cartoons to include like The Simpsons, Family Guy. I have seen King of the Hill. That one's an all right one. And I'm trying to think. Archer, I've seen that. But like anything else, South Park, I've never seen. I've maybe
I've
seen a
seen
few.
episodes, but
Yeah,
I've never
yeah, I know,
followed them to try to catch every episode.
but yeah, any of those cartoons, I don't know.
Well, I have another one for you that I started watching and I haven't finished, but my wife and I have talked. We this is like on the agenda to watch, and we're probably going to start from the beginning so that we can refresh ourselves. But Breaking Bad.
That's the, I mean that's definitely one of the top ones that I've seen too. I've actually finished it, so I mean it's definitely, I don't know, I would say top five of TV shows of all time. So it's up there with Game of Thrones. So maybe I'm
Um,
just more, you know, because I've got the list and it's like Game of Thrones, Sopranos, which I've seen, and
I've not
then
seen The Sopranos either, but
Breaking Bad. Yeah,
that
that
one's how old is that's an old one.
it was. I want to say I watched it in 2005 and it was over, I think. So, yeah, somewhere around 2005 time frame. And then
It,
Breaking Bad and then The Wire, which
I,
is an HBO show.
I don't know what The Wire is, but
Yeah.
I got another one that we started watching just a few episodes. Tried to get into it because my brother-in-law was into it. Was The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's I don't know. Now I'm kind of after so many seasons, and let's see how many. It's got 9 seasons. I have like about a 7 to 8 season limit, and then I'm just kind of like over it, no matter how great the show is, with the exception of Game of Thrones, of course. But
Well,
uh,
and I'm not saying that it's a bad series by any means because when I watched it, the few that I did enjoy it, but at some point it's kind of repetitive. I mean, people are going to cuss me because it's probably not, but to me it was. It's still zombies chasing you.
yeah, um,
Only big twists were when people turned on people. It seemed like.
yeah. But I would,
Another one that I didn't finish, and our boy C Change turned me on to that, and he's probably going to cuss me for not. Is Viking?
yeah.
The Viking.
Viking's a good one. I don't know. I realize it's two different time frames, but I like all those, like even like Viking, and then also like the medieval time, and any of those type of TV shows I like a lot. But my my one that I don't know if you ever seen it, but How I Met Your Mother is really big while I was overseas.
Oh
I
yes.
watched like, was it 7 seasons or something, and I just stopped.
Well, we finished watching it here a year or two. It was on Netflix, or it still is, and that's an easy one to watch because the episodes are 27 minutes.
Yeah,
Um, super good one. I I was glad we actually watched that whole series. It's hilarious. I mean, there's so many things that you can quote from that show. Uh, it's a good it's a good watch. And again, it's one that we can kind of watch around the kids. Jax is getting old enough now that we can kind of get by, but a lot of the other ones, and I don't know what Game of Thrones is like. And
oh
that's
yeah, you don't
probably
want to watch
90.
that. You don't want to watch that around the kids.
Well, that's probably 90% why we don't watch a lot of the series is because of kids. I mean, it's like Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah, that's
Aaron
enough.
has really gotten into that one, but that's definitely not one that we can watch around the kids. And there's a few other ones that are newer that you can't even get into because you can't watch it around kids. So
Yeah,
it's definitely easier when I'm gone to watch to watch these types of shows, but um, then you feel like you're cheating on your spouse because you're watching episodes when they're not around or something.
oh, I have no issue with that. I watch, well, I mean, it's no secret that I watch TV more than an average human American. So I just there's shows that will start, and then once my wife starts watching them, and I'm just like, gosh, why do you have to start watching this? Now I have to wait for you, and it's really depressing. So,
That's the way Aaron probably feels too. So.
but she also watches all those sad shows. There's This Is Us, and I can't get into This Is Us at all.
Yeah,
I don't like
Aaron liked
sappy
it
stuff.
too. Aaron liked it too, and you're right. Sad stuff.
I just don't. I don't mind killing and stuff like that, but like sad stuff, I just don't like. And then there's another one. I don't know. Some dude's got cancer or something like that, and I don't know if I'm ruining anything, but his buddy.
It's on Netflix.
No, no. Well, it's a TV show. I'm trying to think of. It's a dude off of Psych, is who it is. Which was a USA TV show. Trying to think of Million Little Things is what it's called, and
No.
it's also just sad and depressing. And I like my shows happy, but and then NCIS. That's another one I didn't finish.
Well, wait. You can't say you like your shows happy. You just talked about watching people die.
Well, yeah, but I said I also like watching people die. Yeah, NCIS. I have yet to finish. I'm just gonna go through a few of these really quick if you don't mind. Suits, who the chick off of Suits, she's married to Prince Harry. I don't know why I know that. I'm just really hip with the in crowd. I haven't seen that. And then there was one Mad Men. So Mad Men.
Oh, Mad Men.
Yeah,
Aaron watched it. He really liked that series.
Yeah, I hear good things about that. And then Homeland. I also hear good things about that. I never got into them. But I don't know.
Maybe we'll just have to wait for another great adventure.
I watched the majority of these shows. So is that bad?
No. I mean, it just is what it is. It just occurred to me that I started watching several like big shows and just stopped. And anymore, there's so much new stuff coming out, and so I maybe get an hour a night.
Well,
between reading and everything else. That you kind of pick and choose where you go, and if you have time to watch it, and if something's like you talking 7, 8, 9 seasons.
Yeah, it definitely, and like you get. I don't say like roll me over so that way I don't get bed sores, but like sometimes I get headaches from just sitting there and watching too much TV.
Oh, yeah.
It's
like the Umbrella Academy. It's only 10 episodes, and I think I'm like through 7. And you told me you've already watched it like 3 times already.
Yeah, I'm on my third go. So, and I started my third, but I haven't watched it again in a week or two. But yeah, there's so many new things that are just coming out. Of course, Big Bang Theory. That's I stopped watching that too. Actually, now that I think about it, I haven't watched the last couple.
I've watching that because we don't have
CBS
TV to be able to watch it. I can't wait for it to come out on something so I can watch it all. I love Big Bang Theory.
The problem with that, and I don't know if I'm just nerding out, but like CBS has their own streaming service, and that's the thing that everybody's starting to do. Disney and a few other people, and they're not. You're going to have to get those services if you want to watch those kind of shows because they're taking them off of Netflix and then eventually Hulu and stuff like that. And it's just, I don't know. I'm just like.
And then by the time you get
you're going to be paying what you pay for DirecTV or cable. It gets, I don't know. It just gets a bit ridiculous. And cop shows. I don't like cop shows.
Well, something that I don't know that to me kind of ties into this is subscriptions, right? Everything's a subscription. So we got Netflix, we got Hulu, we got CBS, we got. I'm sure there's more out there.
HBO Go.
There's
Showtime.
YouTube Red, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So is there since we're on the go quite a bit, I know when I was down at the camper, I had some subscriptions of things that really helped me out a lot, like food wise or drink wise, meaning like I did Fit Aid there where they would deliver X amount, of Fit Aid a month, and then right now my big one is coffee. So I got a subscription to Black Rifle Coffee, and they send me a bag of coffee every month, which makes it completely convenient. I don't have to search for new things. I don't have to try. I can try new foods. Is there something out there that you have that you like that you're subscription based that makes life better when you're geobaching and when you're at the camper?
Well, I mean, I've tried a whole bunch of different subscriptions, and with the exception of like TV or like I had a subscription to like reading or the I'm trying to think what it's called now. Audible.
Audio books,
Huh? Or
audio books.
yeah, Audible, I think.
Uh huh.
But like actual so I've tried Fit Aid subscription. I've tried even razors for Dollar Shave Club or whatever. I just I found that I don't take those as consistently or use those as consistently, and I was getting more than what I needed. So I was wasting money in the long run because I don't know. I'm just so the only thing I take or the only thing I do regularly is pre workout and intra workout. That's the only thing I stick to like constantly. But and I know there's
Well,
a few places that have subscription based off pre workout or supplements, but I I don't know. I just don't really do that much.
so we do, like I said, Black Rifle Coffee, and one of our other listeners, I talked to sidebar with them, and we, if he gets something, he'll give me, some sample on whatever I get, and we'll get him a sample. Super cool. It's once a month coffee. I can go through a bag of coffee, and I don't know if I'm making coffee every day, maybe 10, 14 days. So it's super cool to have that, just to have something different come in. Another one is we do it through Amazon. So they have like household goods that we don't have to
Yeah.
worry about, like toilet paper. Like I have a big old box of toilet paper that's sent. I know. That's sent. It's just something you don't have to think about. It shows up. It makes life a lot easier. Fit Aid, like I agree with you. I wasn't going through it as much, so I kind of cut back on that one. What
Then
else? I used Harry's razors instead of the Dollar Shave Club. I like that way better now. Unfortunately, and I kind of hate it, is they're sold at Walmart now.
yeah,
Uh,
I saw something, and actually I didn't hear about it until I saw it at Walmart. But I mean, for the most part, though, considering how I don't shave on the weekends, those Dollar Shave Club razors would tear my face up. So I I know it's stupid, but I buy the what is it like the Chic Fusion or whatever they are, or the I don't know what they're called, but and I do buy those from Sam's Club, which it's ridiculous when you buy razors because it's like $48 for the whole package, and I'm just like, gosh, that's a lot for razors. But I
well, and, I mean that I think Sam Club kind of goes in the same, or Costco goes
yeah,
into the same
well
of like a subscription. So you pay for a membership there,
yeah,
right?
and we do buy like our toilet paper, our paper towels, and razors, and I guess technically we buy our chicken from there, all of our chicken breast. Um, Not that we've been cooking too much in the hotel, but uh, yeah, I mean that's mostly where we buy our chicken at, and then occasionally, like if we're buying our beef from there, but it kind of really depends on what we're in the mood. But it's constant chicken and my rum. I get my rum from there
Well,
mostly.
um, I think one of Aaron's best friends, she has the accountant. at Sam's Club, so we've gone with her a couple times, and I think we're still using the same Tylenol that we bought because
Yeah,
it was huge, and it was two of them,
yeah,
which
that's a
is
problem with
awesome
that
though.
sometimes though, because I don't know, I if you like it, but like we've tried some different like meals there in the frozen section, and I know my dad, he's bought some, and he doesn't even like them. He's bought some burgers or some kind of Mexican type thing, and he'll eat one of them. He's like, "Oh, I really don't like those," and then it goes to waste. And you've not that it's a lot of money, but you spent $12 on something that you only eat one of because I mean it's all in bulk, so
Right.
that's part of the problem too.
Well, I'm hoping from our listeners that we have this subscription base. I mean, they right now we have even food wise, you can have meals sent you.
Yeah, you've got that Blue Apron. I think is one of the more popular ones
Well, yeah,
that
but
I've
I'm
heard of.
talking it's local. This is a
Oh,
local
okay.
place. You can have food sent to you. So what my hopes are is, I mean, from our listeners, let us know what else is out there because if it makes things more convenient and
Well, you've got some boxes too, right? Like like I know you subscribe to like a CrossFit like a package or something
yeah,
there
I
for a
did
little
two of those,
bit.
which is funny. I did that one. It was called Wad Box,
And
and
they
then I did one for fishing, which they would send me fishing lures once a month, which was awesome. I geeked out on that. I still do. It's super cool. I like to fish.
yeah,
And
I mean they've got them for everything too. Like I've seen something like the Wolf Box or something for your dogs, and it's got all kinds of stuff in there too, like a monthly subscription. But
yeah, let us know. If it makes life better, I'm in.
yeah,
Um, and why do you have to go to the store and spend your time fighting customers when stuff can be just delivered to your door and just be done with it? So I don't know. That's kind of where I'm at.
mm,
I hate going grocery shopping. I hate
well,
going to Walmart.
yeah, my wife does most of the online shopping now, and you can pick it up at Walmart. So that makes it a little bit easier. Plus, you're not walking through if you're hungry and you're like, oh, I want this bag of spicy nacho Doritos. And then
Heck
you get
yeah.
them. So, I don't know. That's my vice. Spicy nacho Doritos. But,
I don't know. I just if you got something out there, let us know.
yep.
That's all I got on that. But I mean that's got to be put us pretty close on time, dude.
Yep. We are past our 30 minutes. So, um, please like, subscribe, share. I saw we got a new YouTube follower from one of our old, actually, where we first worked together at. Um, he subscribed to YouTube, so that's kind of cool. And then
Let us know, please, please,
yeah,
please rate us. Good, bad, or different. Please rate us. If it's bad, we'll try to make it better. If it's good, that just makes us better. Um, yeah. Sorry it took so long to get another episode out. It's totally Pummel's fault,
I'm a busy
and
person.
hopefully we'll never do that again.
All right, ready, out.
Out.